hold on for just a second. Before you scroll away, before another notification steals your attention, I want you to notice something. Out of every video, every post, and every distraction in front of you today, you stopped here. You clicked on this message. That wasn't as ordinary as it may seem. The moment you arrived, something inside you became still. Maybe you couldn't explain it, but you felt it. A quiet tug. A gentle sense that you were meant to hear what comes next. That feeling wasn't an accident. It wasn't just curiosity, and it certainly wasn't only an algorithm. It was a moment that felt deeply personal, as if heaven was gently drawing your attention and inviting you to listen with an open heart. Today, I have a message inspired by the guidance of Archangel Michael. This isn't intended for everyone. It's for the person who has been carrying someone in their heart. The one whose memory appears without warning, whose voice seems so real in your dreams that you wake up wishing they were still there. If that person immediately came to your mind, don't ignore this moment. Please stay with me until the end. I know you've probably heard people say that before, but something about today is different. If your heart is telling you to keep listening, trust that feeling. This may become the most meaningful message you hear today. Before we continue, I'd like to share why this channel exists. It was created for people searching for hope, comfort, and answers during life's hardest seasons. For those carrying grief, unanswered prayers, or questions that no one else seems able to understand. Every message is written with care and prayer, with one purpose: to encourage the person who needs it most. Not simply to entertain. Not just to gain views. But to remind someone that they are not forgotten. If these messages have ever brought you peace, strengthened your faith, or reminded you that you are not alone, you can support this mission through the Ko-Fi link in the description or the pinned comment. Your support doesn't simply help a channel grow. It helps these messages reach more people who may be facing their darkest moments and searching for hope. Every gift, large or small, helps share encouragement with someone who needs it. And becomes part of bringing light into another person's life. If you ever feel led to help, you'll find the link in the description and the pinned comment. Now, take a deep breath, quiet your heart, and let's continue. If you feel inspired to support this mission, you'll find the link in the description and the pinned comment. There is never any obligation, only sincere appreciation for every act of kindness. Now, let's continue. Take a slow, gentle breath. Notice where you are right now. Feel the chair supporting you. Feel your feet resting on the ground. Let yourself become present for just a moment. Then ask yourself something you may have been avoiding. When was the last time you truly allowed yourself to acknowledge how deeply you miss them? Not the version of grief you show the world. Not the brave smile you wear when people ask if you're doing okay. Not the quiet, "I'm fine," you offer because it's easier than explaining what your heart still carries. I mean the kind of longing that finds you in the middle of the night, when everything is silent, the world has gone to sleep, and you're left alone with memories that refuse to fade. Those moments do not reveal weakness. They reveal love. The depth of your sorrow reflects the depth of your connection, and that love has never been forgotten. In this message, Archangel Michael reminds you that heaven is not unaware of what your heart has carried. Every tear you tried to hide. Every prayer whispered when no one else could hear. Every memory that unexpectedly brought their name back into your thoughts. Every moment you wished for just one more conversation. None of it has gone unnoticed. Today, there is something your heart needs to hear. A message that remained unspoken while they were here. Words that seem to have waited between heaven and earth until the right moment arrived. That is why this message feels so urgent. That is why it found you today. Now let me tell you who this message is meant for. If you're wondering whether you should keep listening, don't ignore the feeling that brought you here. This message is for the person whose life was forever changed by losing someone they loved. For the one who still misses a mother or father whose love shaped their life. For the one whose spouse or partner left behind a silence that nothing else can fill. For the parent carrying the unimaginable pain of losing a child. For the friend whose closest companion is no longer here. For the grandchild who still remembers the comfort of a grandparent's embrace. And it's especially for anyone still carrying guilt they were never meant to carry. If you've replayed conversations in your mind, wondered whether you said, "I love you," enough, questioned whether you could have done more, or blamed yourself for things that were never within your control, then keep listening. Because what comes next may begin to lift a burden your heart has carried for far too long. Somewhere in the quiet corners of your heart you believe, music, that their passing left something unresolved between you, something unsaid, something unforgiven. This message is for you if the grief comes in waves that still surprise you. Even now, even when people around you have moved on and expect you to as music, well, Archangel Michael says, "You are the one I came for today." Your name was spoken in the halls of heaven. There is a circle of light gathered around this moment because what is about to be said to you matters more than you understand right now. Type, music, amen in the comments if you feel in your spirit that this message was meant for you. Not as a music performance, not for numbers, as a declaration to heaven that you are here. You are open and you are ready to receive because what comes next will change something in you. There is something I need to tell you about. The person you are missing. In music, the final stretch of their time here, in those last days or hours or moments. They were not thinking about the things that seemed important before. Not the arguments, not the music, distances, not the words that were said in anger or the words that were never said at all. In those final moments, all of that fell away like it was never real. Music, what remained was love, only love. Your face was in that love. Your name was written through it like music, letters pressed into warm light. In their last breath of awareness on this music side of existence, you were there with them. Not because you were physically in the room, because love does not require a room. Love is the room. They carried you with them into the crossing. And on the other side, the first thing they discovered, the first truth that became undeniably clear to them in the full light of heaven was that everything they wished they had said to you had to be said. Not someday, not eventually now. That urgency is what Archangel Michael is carrying today. He did not take this message, music, lightly. He does not move without purpose. But they pressed upon him with a force that heaven could not deny. And so here he is. Here you are. And the time for this message is right now. There is, music, a specific thing they want you to stop doing. You know what it is. You already felt something shift in your chest just reading those words because some part of you has always known. They want you to stop punishing yourself. The story you have been telling yourself about what happened. Whether you could have done more, whether you should have called that day, whether the last conversation between you was the right one, whether you were there enough, whether you said the right things at the end, or whether you were too broken with grief to say. Eunuch. Deep within your heart, there may still be a quiet belief that something was left unfinished. Perhaps there were words you never spoke. Perhaps there was forgiveness you wish had been expressed. Perhaps a part of you still wonders if your goodbye was enough. If those thoughts have followed you, this message is especially for you.